What's popping out there, world? And welcome to another edition of TJ Sports Station, presented by your boy TJ, straight out of KC. What's going down? What's going down? What's going down? Interesting weekend in boxing. Interesting weekend. But was it set up? That's the question everybody want to answer to. You know what I'm saying? Now we witnessed, let's just jump right into it, man. We witnessed Jamel Charlo try to be great, try to do the things that only a small amount of people have done, and only a few have been successful. Go up 14 something pounds and try to challenge arguably one of the greatest boxers in the history of boxing, Canelo Alvarez. Right? And anybody that know that's not a casual fan, anybody that knows the Charlo brothers, we all noticed something different about him this go round. And that simply was he wasn't himself. He talked way more ish than that, man. That this version of Mel building up the fight was absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. He didn't even look like he had any confidence going into the fight. You feeling me? I mean, it just don't look like he had a bit of confidence going into this fight, man. Fight night comes around, and we see exactly that. A very, very disappointing performance by Charlo from start to finish. He didn't even try. He didn't even try to fight Canelo back. He didn't try to do anything but survive. That's what he did for 12 rounds, with the exception of he took a knee. I want to say in sixth or seventh, it was one of them, something like that. He took a knee, but outside of that, Canelo punished him. Canelo punished him, man, for 12 rounds. More than that, Canelo beat the living breaks off the boy. He didn't have a chance the entire fight. Hell, I don't think Mel had any moments against Canelo. He might have swung a nice swing. That was it. He took our money, man. You know, he won't pay that. He won't pay that. That's what that was, man. He won't pay that. He won't pay that. Because immediately after that, he wants to call out Terrence Crawford. Man, after we just seen what you did against Canelo. Hell no, man. He don't deserve a Terrence Crawford fight. Go back down to 154 and fight Tim Zook. Quit dodging Tim. Because that's what I'm starting to think Mel is doing. He's dodging Tim Zook, man. He's dodging him, man. You want better. That's what he's looking for, man. Now, despite all the weirdo stuff, Canelo did a beautiful job banging it out with Charlo Saturday night. And Canelo represented even after the fact. Fight said and done. He's, on the stage with his wife and their kid, and he's back on the family thing. I love that. I respect that shit a lot. Straight up. What's up with you, Danny? How you doing, my guy? But what next now? What next now for Canelo? Somebody help me to answer this question. What's next for Canelo? Now that we done got the Charlo fight out of the way, does Big Charlo get a shot at 168? Huh? Is that a possibility? Or will he get the winner of Andrade versus um, Benavidez? We're going to get into that fight next. Huh? Or does he go back up to 175 and get demolished again by my boy Bill? Which one would it be? Help me to understand. It's so many opportunities for Canelo. So many fights waiting on him. Which one makes the most sense though? Which one makes the most sense, yo? Come on now. David Morrell. Like it's just so much waiting on Canelo. Which way will he go? I'm I'm favoring Benavidez versus Andrade, but I wouldn't be surprised if Andrade pulled it off either. Andrade is a crafty boxer. He's real tricky, real hard to figure out. He's got great defense. But Benavidez, man, he got them hands, man. He's known for getting you up out of there. He's a hard hitter. For a guy that used to be a big guy, like he's got good defense. He can move. But I just kind of favor Benavidez just slightly in that matchup. But David been calling out Canelo for a real long time, man. And I'm not impressed with what Canelo did. You go after the smaller Charlo when you got the big one. Hell, he could have we could have set that fight up for next year or something. Anything. Instead, you try to run to the little brother because you feel like that's gonna be an easier fight, And you ask me, I mean that fight was kind of funny to me, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, it is what it is, man. What's done is done at the end of the day. Now let's jump right into it. If we're lucky, we're gonna get David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade. That is a hell of a fight. And I think the winner of that fight will get Canelo. I think Canelo, he can't run anywhere else. Where's he gonna run to? He ain't gonna go back down to 60. I mean, he ain't gonna go back up to 75. So he's gotta stay right there and he's gotta get ready for those big time fights that awaits him, like the David Benavidez's or the David Morrell's. They sitting right there waiting on him, man. He no longer can run. I think we're gonna get the showdown of all showdowns once Benavidez gets, what I'm saying, Andrade out the way. That fight's rumored to be a pay-per-view. I'm not 100% sure yet if it's finalized. I think they still working on everything, but when it is, it's gonna be well worth the money. Now, some people I've heard are already complaining, "How's this a pay per view?" Da 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 da. Realistically, man, if you really pay attention to the sport of boxing, man, and you're not a casual fan, you know how big this fight is just in the weight class alone. This is a huge fight, man. Huge. It's a fight that any real boxing fan has been waiting on. Period. Period. So if they say pay for it, real boxing fans that want these real big fights like this one, you're gonna pay for it. I know I am, because it's worth the bread. Andred has been waiting on a big fight like this for a long time, since that little shit that went on with the Charlos some years back. He was supposed to fall, then he pulled out or whatever. Whatever happened, he's been waiting on that opportunity for a while. He wasn't getting fights at all. So I definitely want to see that brother eat in this situation. I want to see him and his family eat so he gets that opportunity to go up against Benavidez. Like I said, I'm slightly favoring Benavidez, but I would not be surprised if Andre pulled it off. And that's the truth, man. I would not be surprised. Straight up. That's how it go, man. It's gonna be a classic when they do finalize it, which I believe they working on it now because it's been talked about heavy in the boxing community. This fight in particular. You know what I'm saying? We got some other fire ass matchups get ready to come up. We got Haney versus Progress. You know what I'm saying? Back down at 140. Haney's debut fight at 140. In the Bay Area where Haney resides, man. It's on and it's popping, man. And I tip my hat to that, bro. Uh Regis Progress for what's going on, Elders of Boxing. I tip my hat to Regis Progress for taking that fight too, man. Real shit. I think it's gonna be a slugger. I think it's gonna be a good fight, but I'm slightly favoring Haney. Tim Canelo, how you feel about that matchup? Oh, woo! You hit me with one right there. Uh, I think it's the reason why Charlo ain't fought Tim Zoo yet. Tim Zoo is real skillful, man. Real crafty. Um, I think he give Canelo a much better fight than Charlo did. I don't think he beats him, but I think he'll give him a much better fight. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got Haney, yeah, all day. Regis is good. Regis is good, but I just think Haney on a different level, man. Plus Regis is getting kind of old too, so you got Haney by UD. Yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing. He ain't gonna knock him out, but he'll definitely outbox him. Nah, he ain't no slouch. No sir. No sir. I love the direction that it's going, man. Like I was very impressed with Canelo Saturday night. And I definitely I want to see what's gonna happen with this Benavidez Andrade thing. And if he's gonna fight one of those, whoever wins that fight. So we'll see how it go, man. Yeah, but Crawford, it's a bad idea for Crawford to try to go up and fight Canelo, man. Canelo's gonna hurt him, man. I I get Crawford as a dog. He earned my respect. He knocked Spence out. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it yeah, I heard. I think it's levels to this shit, bro, and I just don't think that's such a good idea, man. Like you talking about going all the way up, even heavier than Charlo just did, trying to challenge one of the best, man. I think Crawford overstepping his boundaries a little bit with this one, man. You know, I wanna support him, but it's levels to this, bro. You talking about Canelo, man. You talking about the best at 168 right now, the man with all the belts, bro. A huge jump. A huge jump and a very dangerous jump. I just it's cool to want to be great, but I think he should slow it up a little bit. Slow it up. Like that's just man, you're doing too much with that, man. That's all I can say, man. Like, but if it ends up happening, and if somehow he's crazy enough to make that fight, um, unfortunately, and I'm not trying to hate on him, I'm gonna have to use my common sense. I'm gonna have to put my money on Canelo. You know, just because is Derek James a good trainer? Okay, I think Saturday night Jamel knew the whole time he was going into that fight just to survive. I don't think he really had no intentions on really trying to beat Canelo. Like I said, this weight class is for a reason, man. So as far as the fight with Spence and Crawford, I mean, I ain't gonna make no excuses. Crawford was just a better fighter. I don't, I think you could put some of the blame on Derek James. If something was wrong with Earl before the fight, he didn't recognize it. You can put some of the blame on Derek James. But I think Derek James is a pretty decent trainer, man. Like he's better than a lot of these other trainers that's out here. You know what I'm saying? Like I love the transition that he's done with Anthony Joshua and uh I'm real interested in seeing how Ryan Garcia looks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, his two top dogs, they didn't do too good, but I think Derek James is a good trainer, man. I would trust him. James too when he lost. No, 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 no. Since he's been with DJ, he's won. I think he's only fought once because he went that Robert Garcia route against Usyk, and that just didn't work out too good. You know what I'm saying? I think that stylistically that was kind of a bad partnership right there. You know what I'm saying? He's fought twice since he's been under Derek James. He beat that cat from Detroit, Jermaine Franklin, and he beat Hellenius the last fight. But both fights to Usyk, he was under Robert Garcia, Calvin Ford, Bomac, I think. Yeah, I like Bomac. I like Bomac. I like Bomac, but they say Bomac ain't the only trainer in the camp though. But I like Bomac. I like Calvin Ford. You know what I'm saying? Sugar Hill's good too. You know what I'm saying? All day, all day. I mean, hey, I support Derrick James. I think Derrick James is decent. That's just me. I think he's decent. So, you know, it is what it is, man. I'm looking forward to seeing future fights. I'm looking forward to Crawford versus Spence too. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to seeing what Charlo does next, which I hope is Tim Zoo, or Terrence Crawford, whichever, whichever. They both big fights. They both big fights. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I think we in for it, man. We in for a special treat. I love the direction that it's going. No doubt on that. Big Bo Mac, man. I know he got court coming up sometime like this week or next week, so hopefully he gets out of that situation. Definitely praying for him for sure on that, man. It's a good brother, man, and I ain't gonna hate on him. You know, he had Crawford prepared, man. Like I did not see that shit coming. I did not see that coming at all. I was totally shocked. When Earl hit the ground the first time, I was shocked. I mean, I knew right then and there it was about to be some trouble. I hope, man. I I hope to see Charlo, bounce back. If he did just take this for the money, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I definitely hope that he bounced back and you know put himself in a better situation. Let's get that Tim Zoo fight cracking, man. Like, and believe it or not, I actually favor Tim Zoo in that matchup. I think Tim Zoo gets Charlo. That's just me. Yeah, call me crazy. Call me crazy. But I think Tim Zoo gets him. Yeah, that's how I feel about that one, y'all. Yes, sir. What about a Keith Thurman versus Spence fight now? Woo! It have to be at 154. I think Earl is done at 147. Like, if the weight training was the problem against Crawford, then he don't need to fight nobody else. Keith Thurman is a huge threat at welterweight. So for me to be interested in that fight, which I would still love to see it, I think it would be a good ass fight and it would sell right now. You know what I'm saying? I would want it at 154, but I wouldn't mind seeing it, but for some reason, Keith didn't, Earl had been calling him out for years and, Keith didn't really, I guess he didn't realize what he had right there till it was too late. So Earl gotta be interested in a fight like that for it to really happen. Spence has to fight Thurman. Thurman got the ponytail back thanks to TNT scientists. He ready for Spence. Man, I would lean towards Spence in that fight only because Keith Thurman is so inactive. Like, he don't fight a lot. That's the only reason why though. Like, if he fought a little bit more, I might go a different direction with that. But I mean, you think about it. You got Keith Thurman and Boots out there. I don't know what Virgil Ortiz is gonna do. I think he may move up because he can't make that weight at all. So I would love to see Spence and Thurman. I would love to see that. I think it'll be an excellent fight. But yeah, Keith need to fight, man. He ain't been in the ring in a while. Boots versus Crawford. Man, you know what? I favor Crawford, but Boots got a chance. Staniosis. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Staniosis, man. I think he's overhyped too. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that, man. I think he's overhyped too, bro. Definitely, man. Like, I'm interested in seeing what they do with him next, but I I ain't impressed, man. Like, put him in there with Keith Thurman, man. Put him in there with Boots Ennis, man, and let's see what he do, man. Let's see if that same energy be kept. I was hearing some shit about him and Boots might go at it, but I ain't heard nothing be signed, sealed, and delivered yet. But yeah, I ain't hopping on the Stanley else's train, man. Not at all. Not at all. Mm. Yeah, man. So I'm interested in seeing what Virgil Ortiz gonna do though. He probably gonna have to move up to 54 if it's killing them to make the weight at 147. So I definitely understand that. 47 heating up, man. Then there's a lot of guys up and coming, man. That's trying to get relevant in the game. So some big fights coming up, man. Crawford got 40 wins already. He should sign a 3-fight deal contract. Yeah, I mean, it's two good fights sitting right there waiting on him. Plus the rematch with Earl. So, which I believe that's gonna be next for him anyway. It's not gonna be no Canelo. We're gonna get Spence Crawford too, and it's gonna go down probably like in April of next year. It ain't gonna happen in December. It's gonna be April of next year. That's the fight we getting ready to get. Yes, sir. Now you can move Ugas out of the way because he took a ass whooping Saturday night. And you can put Barrios in the situation, even though Keith Thurman beat him. That was his first fight at welterweight. So yeah, he took on a huge task. So I do tip my hat to Mario Barrios. Don't sleep on me. He looked good Saturday night. And he got Ugas out of the way. Ugas is through, man. Done. Woo! So yeah, man, it's hey, you can't mention 147 without talking about Mario Barrios, man. Ugas didn't look impressive. Ugas got washed Saturday night by Barrios, man. Think he knocked him down twice. I mean, he got washed, bro. He looked awful, man. Awful. He's through, man. Like there's no coming back for Ugas. Ugas is done. Mario Barrios, I was impressed. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman already spanked him, but I was impressed. He looked real good. Because I actually favored Ugas. Going into the fight, he let me down, man. But he's through, man. He's done. No more Ugas. No more Ugas. So yeah, you gotta bring up Mario Barrios' name. He he maybe Spence cherry picked the right fighter. Hey, he took a ass whooping. When it's all said and done, I think he I think he might have looked at the Crawford fight like it might have been an easy wash, like it was for him when he fought Mikey Garcia, you know. But Crawford is just a different animal, man. And don't get me wrong, I rooted for Spence all the way. But Crawford showed me, man, that size really it don't matter to the one with the skills in his hands and we seen a purified boxer. That's what we seen. You know what I'm saying? His ability to switch stances on Spence and Spence came in there with one game plan and once Crawford took that jab away, Spence had nothing. He had no answer for nothing that Crawford did, man. And whether he was weight drained or not, I'm not gonna make no excuses. I'm not gonna take this win away from Crawford. Crawford earned this win. You know what I'm saying? Spence just didn't fight a good fight. He didn't fight a good fight at all. He didn't game plan right. You can't come in there with one game plan against Terrence Crawford. Then he underestimated him. Oh, you ain't fought nobody and da da da. But now, going into the second fight, Spence can't say none of this shit. He can't say none of this. He took an ass kicking. Like I lost so much money. That shit. Yeah, Lugerson got away with one. He really lost that fight. He really lost that fight. Yeah, I seen that. He really lost that fight, man. But think about it, man. Lubin ain't really been about nothing, really, man. Charlo got him out of there, and then
Uh, Sebastian Fedor got him up out of there, and he robbed this dude. To be fair, he fought on NBA boxer who be at the wrong weight division. You feeling me? For sure, for sure, man. Hey, you know what? Fedora can bang though, man. Like he had to grow on me a little bit, but he can bang, man. He can bang, man. I was rather surprised in the dude, for real, man. I mean, he cool, but like I said, man, you go to that body, man, you'll rip him right up out of there, man. And that's what happened in his last fight when he got stopped. Yes, sir. So 154 is like wide open right now, man. Like Tony Harrison might be out the picture, but you got Fedor, you got Brian Mendoza, you got Charlo. I guess it's safe to say Jared Hurd. I don't know, man. He's probably out the way for real. Still some big fights that can be made. Tim Zoo definitely going down, man. Better hop on the train, baby. Andrade versus Benavidez. Yeah, that's the fight I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on them to make it. It ain't official yet, but I'm favoring Benavidez in that one, though. Yes, I'm favoring Benavidez in that one, man. Like I like Andrade. Like I said, he's skillful, he's crafty, but I'm favoring Benavidez. I just think Benavidez is on a mission, man, and his goal ain't met until he's got Canelo in that ring. And I think he's gonna dominate Canelo. Eddie Hearn could have put, yeah, yeah, he fucked Andrade up, man. Andrade, nobody knows him for real because of the bad promotions, and he, ain't really had those real big fights like that. But we know the talent is there. We know the talent is there. Unfortunately, the promotion is what has held him back, and that's sad. Because he's a talented dude. But like I said, I give him a chance against Benavidez. I mean, he's got a puncher's chance to pull it off. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Andrade pulled it off. Canelo, he's got to fight one of these two guys next. He can't try to go back up to 175 and go after my boy Bivol. That would be a bad move. He's gonna get smashed again. And yeah, I mean, I don't see him going under 168. So he's got to fight one of these two guys. You know what I'm saying? Or he needs to fight the other twin. He needs to fight Miles Charlo. So it's fights waiting on him. Canelo 33 years old, man. He ain't, he got maybe a couple more years in the ring. So he needs to take on these big opportunities while they there. Straight up. I know I want Benavidez Canelo. That's the fight I want, man. And they can charge that motherfucker $100 pay per view. I would pay for it for sure. It's worth every penny. But anyways, y'all, I gotta get back to work. Much love, y'all. Be safe.